Bruce Howe, many thanks for joining us on the program. According to data from the CCK, over 70% of Kenyans own a mobile phone. Do these numbers reflect the uptake of Nokia mobile phones in this region?
The Kenyan market is a phenomenal market in its own right, and truly an instigator of growth across East Africa that we're seeing, right? So a lot of what happens in Kenya is now translating into other markets as well. The penetration numbers are always something that is amazing, but obviously within that there's dual SIM ownership. There's a lot of people that are on and off the network, but regardless of that, especially the growth in smartphones is truly phenomenal. I think personally the rest of the world unfortunately talks about smartphones, they think about other markets, maybe in the US, maybe in Europe, but realistically we're experiencing now a smartphone boom in Kenya and across East Africa.
So there are over 650 million users of mobile phones across Africa. However, a greater percentage of this are users of feature phones. So what's the opportunity for smartphones?
The two things to me are cost of data. So when that's starting to happen, you start to bring people who are interested in an internet experience on board. And I think on top of that, then you then couple that with the cost of an actual smartphone device, and you start to bring the two together, and you're seeing huge growth. So for us, we've seen the Asher range of smartphones be a massive success, you know, really looking at kind of sub $100 price points. But now we're starting also to bring in Windows Phone 8 devices that will be incredibly affordable. So something like the Lumia 520.
According to the World Economic Forum Competitiveness Report for 2013, Kenya is among the top 5 countries in Africa that leads in innovation. How is Nokia supporting local innovators through developing of local apps for your mobile phones?
We've always had an incredibly strong partnership with the local developer ecosystem in every sense, from our original Series 40 platform, Ovi Store, which many people have heard of. Still today, it's the biggest smartphone or app store in the African market. So we do have a very strong presence with with developers, and I think now an interesting point is that we now partner with Microsoft in this space, so equally have significant ambition to partner with local African developers. They've talked about initiatives, their initiative with For Africa, very closely aligned, and now we take our partnership into that space as well, where we'll be working directly with Kenyan and East African developers to make sure they're developing for Windows Phone 8, but also for our Asher OS and other affordable feature phones.
Nokia has also faced stiff competition from cheap imports, or shall I say counterfeit phones. How are you dealing with this?
Counterfeit fake phones is a constant battle. It's something you can never move away from. So we have a very comprehensive program in place that we are always looking to make sure that we're implementing, whether it's educational services through immigration or government departments, actual education at retail, programs where we do look at where there are import and export of fake and counterfeit products. So we're always involved in this space, and I think because of a lot of that activity and regular activity, we're now seeing the numbers to be, you know, very low levels, right? 5 to 10% of East African volume is still in this space, but you know, we were talking much bigger numbers 6-12 months ago.
Are you getting local support from the government in dealing with this?
Yeah, so in Kenya we work very closely with CCK. And other bodies, right? So you know, this is where we have a common interest with our direct competitors, whether that's Samsung or Techno or whoever that may be. They all experience the same issues and concerns. So we work very much as a body in that space.
Bruce, your company has come under a lot of criticism of late in that compared to your competitors, the speed at which you launch your Nokia phones in the developed world is quite slow to launching it in Africa. Expand on this.
So Nokia is very much an innovation-led organization, and that's really what's been getting interest of global media and now consumers, right? So what we are doing with our devices is different, and the intention is to make sure that when consumers buy one of our products, you know, the imaging quality is truly unique and different and gives you a great experience. Maybe it's location-based services, maybe it's purely the hardware, but something that is innovative and different. In addition to that, we judge ourselves based on consumer experience. So we want to make sure that the consumers in our local market, i.e., let's say in Kenya for M-Pesa, it needs to work. It's a critical piece of software that every Kenyan uses on a daily basis. And I think you were commenting about why we didn't launch the original range of Lumia devices. A lot of people did question that, but at that time the M-Pesa service wasn't 100% accurate. In fact, we didn't have local language on our operating system then. But when we got that, and we were very, very comfortable with the consumer experience, we launched in full, and that's what you've seen recently with our Lumia range launches here, and now we continue to build out that range with full confidence that we're giving a great consumer experience.
Lastly, Bruce, what's the strategy for Nokia East Africa going forward?
East Africa, as I mentioned, is incredibly important market for us. High growth, massive potential still. Even though we are growing 20%, we're now selling in Kenya over 100,000, well, the industry selling over 100,000 smartphones a month. Phenomenal numbers now to get a lot of interest from a lot of different players. So we've been in this market now for a long time. We're a very, very trusted brand, which is something we don't take lightly. But now it's for us to leverage off that great opportunity. So we've had a complete portfolio overhaul in the last year, 2 years, and so now we see a new low-end product in the N105 for our most affordable or most budget-constrained consumer. We have the Asha smartphones. And the new Asha OS that will be coming to market very soon, and then we have Lumia for our mid to high range smartphones. So when you think about Nokia, again, you really are going to get a full range of amazing products, and they're refreshed, they're new, they're exciting, they're colourful, they're bringing great imaging performance, great mapping, location-based services. All of these differentiators that we've been talking about are all now in the market, so it's a great time for Nokia.